Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today I've been asked to speak about what happens when we're sometimes practicing Krishna consciousness. Sometimes we're just starting, sometimes we're practicing for 50 plus years, and somehow we feel that we're not really going anywhere, or we were going somewhere, but now we've stopped traveling. We feel a lull in our spiritual life. And so I've been asked to speak a little about that. And I thought it has to be looked at from two different angles. Because one angle is what we do. We can do something. And the other angle is what we shouldn't do, but we're doing. Because there's blockages. And if we do the wrong thing, then even doing the right thing won't necessarily help us. We might have a very good immune system, but if we get too close to somebody who has COVID, we're going to get sick. So the best thing is to, try to avoid the situations that will bring us down and stay in contact with the things that will encourage us and help us to make advancement. And last week, for those of you who were here, it was last week, right? Yes. Yeah, for those of you who were here, we talked about life balance. And they're really very connected, because the things we do in our life, the priorities we make. Last week we talked about Prayojana. Prayojana means the ultimate goal of our life. So if the ultimate goal of our life can be found in our bank account, or in the size of our house, or in the number of possessions that we have, then we're going to find that we're never really satisfied. We're always unhappy, and we always have to try harder because we never get enough. I mean, just to give an example, Elon Musk, he's a multi-bazillionaire. He's considered one of the richest men, if not the richest man in the world, but he's not satisfied, and he's not thinking that he has achieved success either, right? He's still driven to get more and more and more and make more and more money. And why is that? Because he has more money than he'll be able to spend in 15 lifetimes. Isn't it? If he gave, enough to make each of you a millionaire, he'd still be a multimillionaire. And he still wouldn't be satisfied. So, and neither would anybody else, because the mirage of the material world, like the mirage that an animal chases on a desert, will take him ultimately to his death. But he'll never be satisfied because it's a mirage, it's not real. He's going for water, but there is no water. It looks like water. I have had experience. I lived in Florida for some years, and because it gets hot there a lot, sometimes you see on the road, it looks like there's water, but there's no water there. And then when you drive up, you see the water moves. It's over here, and you never get there. So you keep pursuing. So this is one of the things, this is a fundamental thing that keeps us from really experiencing the privilege of getting to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Because to know him, we have to move a few things out of the way. If we're not going to find him, we're not going to find him on Amazon or whatever. We may find him in a book. We may find him in certain forms in different places. And we may hear him in his name, and in different places we may hear bhajan and other songs about him. But we won't experience him if our heart is filled with material desire. So we really need to look at both things. Some of you have been in temples where you've chanted the 10 offenses against the chanting of the holy name, right? And we say that rather mechanically, the first offense, the second offense, the third offense. And then at the end we get to, it's also an offense to maintain material attachments even after having so many instructions on the matter. And then what do we do if we want to get Krishna prema?
We should avoid it.
Yeah, we should avoid these 10 offenses if we want to get Krishna prema, but it's not that easy. You can't just avoid them like taking a detour on the road to make sure that, because there's construction. So our lives are full of things. The material world is full of allurements, and we have to want Krishna. So it comes back to that Prayojana, that we have to want Krishna. We have to want to experience something else. At least we have to be willing to explore. Because if not, we're not willing to explore spiritual happiness, the happiness that comes from spiritual practice, then we won't experience it. Not because it's not available to us, but because we're not looking in the right place. And because we're not looking in the right place, we won't see what's right in front of our face. So we really need to look at both sides of this. We need to look at what we can do to make it better and what we should avoid, so that making it better won't become very difficult. Because when things are too difficult, we give up. And so there's an expression in English, I don't know if it's popular here or not, but we say shooting yourself in the foot. That it just makes it harder for you to walk. It's not practical to shoot yourself in the foot. It doesn't serve any purpose. So we don't want to do that. We want to be very careful about what we do, just like we are careful about what we eat, right? If we want to stay healthy, we might be concerned, especially as we get older. We have to get concerned about what we eat. We can't just eat tons of sugar and fried things, and even though they are yummy and they may taste good, if we eat them, we'll shoot ourselves in the foot. It'll be good now, and later we'll feel terrible, and we may even get sick beyond the immediate future. So we have to be willing, just like for working, we make sacrifices to make our company great. We make sacrifices to please our boss. We make sacrifices to make a good product, because if we make a bad product, then we'll sell a few, but then people won't buy it anymore because it's not a good product, and everybody wants whatever they consider to be good. They want it. If they don't consider it to be good, they won't get it. And so we're eager. If we're eager for the best product or the spiritual product, then we have to learn how to function in this material world, because it's necessary. We have to live here, we have to eat, we have to have a roof over our head and certain things in order to be successful. But we also shouldn't deny ourselves the opportunity to come into Krishna consciousness. And before I go any further, I just want to say that to build a good business, to make a quality product, requires patience. You have to try out different possibilities until you get something that works. You may sell it in different ways, and then you find something that works, and you do it, and then it comes out with a desired result. So in spiritual life, one of the things that Rupa Goswami says is necessary in our spiritual life or two of them, is patience and conviction of success. Right? A good entrepreneur will have some conviction that what he's doing is worth doing, and he'll struggle at the beginning. He's willing to undergo a struggle and get somewhere. And if he's not willing to undergo a struggle, he probably won't get anywhere, right? Because it's not going to come out perfect at the beginning. Even if he has a lot of money at the start, he'll just lose all his money, and it'll never come out successful. He has to have determination. So he has to have conviction of success, and he has to have the patience to go through the ups and downs that it takes to get to somewhere. And actually, there's always ups and downs.